All right, let's do this like I'm sitting across from you. Maybe with a cup of coffee, just telling you how it all went down. And if you think this stuff only happens in movies, well, you haven't met a real-life HOA president with a grudge. So here's how it started, and I'm dead serious. You want to stick around for this. We'd barely unpacked our last moving box when the drama started rolling up our driveway. I mean, who knew the real battle for a piece of heaven would be with the self-proclaimed queen of the neighborhood, clipboard in hand, ready to draw blood over a patch of asphalt? See, Lisa and we thought we'd finally made it. After years of saving and a whole lot of compromise, we landed this place out in Lakeview, a regular spot so peaceful, you'd swear nothing bad ever happened there. We put months of work into making ours, right down to the two-story house, the wild garden out front, and, get this, the long circular driveway, surrounded by cedar trees so thick, you'd think they grew there just to keep out trouble. That driveway, yeah, it was ours right there on the deed. We checked. Twice. At first, life was pretty much perfect. I'd work from the home office. Lisa would wrangle those flower beds into shape, and mornings started with coffee on the porch. Evenings? Just us under the fading light, planning our first neighborhood barbecue, like two people who thought community was a good thing. If only we'd known. Enter Marilyn Hunt. That's right, Marilyn, the kind of person you can spot from a block away just by the jingle of her keys and that clip-clip sound her garden shears made. She was unofficially the president of a nearby HOA. Not our HOA. Mind you, weren't even in one. But Marilyn? She acted like the whole zip code was under her watch. She showed up one day, didn't knock, just sort of appeared at the edge of the porch, already halfway judging us. "Lovely home," she said. "Hope you'll keep it in line with the neighborhood's high standards." "Yeah, thanks for the warm welcome, Marilyn." We smiled, played nice, figured it was just some harmless busybody stuff. You know, small-town quirks. It started slow her grandkids cutting through our driveway on their way to the park. No big deal, right? I mean, kids will be kids. Then it snowballed. Bikes, skateboards, random teenagers having a party at the end of the drive. One day, Lisa comes home, can't even park because 3 teenagers are sprawled out like they own the place. One kid knocks over his bike and scratches her car. Lisa, still trying to be neighborly, asks them to move along. They do, grumbling. We figured, okay, let's talk to Marilyn, keep this friendly. I'm not a fan of drama, but our insurance guy would have had a heart attack if he saw what was happening. I go over and say, "Hey, Marilyn, we're worried about liability and, damage." She just waves us off. "It's always been this way," she says. "It's basically a community path. Never mind what the property lines say. We're the new folks, apparently, and the unspoken rule is new people don't make the rules. And you know how it goes once you try to put up a boundary. Some folks just have to test it." Suddenly, our driveway's the shortcut for half the neighborhood. Every other day, there's a new ding in the car, a fresh scuff on the mailbox. Lisa and I finally put up some private property signs, simple, polite. I guess that was the last straw for Marilyn. The next morning, those signs are ripped up and tossed into the bushes. Lisa puts up new ones. They disappear even faster. And then one Saturday, I see Marilyn standing out there with a little audience. Clipboard in hand. She's got her voice all revved up. They think they're too good for the rest of us. She points to our place like we're the villains in some HOA soap opera. Lisa tries to speak up. Marilyn drowns her out, starts telling everyone we put up illegal signs and are trying to take away their public easement. Never mind that it's not public. Never mind, we try to show her the survey map. That was the tipping point. Now, kids are racing up and down the driveway on bikes. Neighbors start parking there just for a minute, and Facebook groups start lighting up about the selfish newcomers. Marilyn even whips up a petition like we're trying to outlaw ice cream or something. The language she used, few. It was something else. People we never even met were convinced we were out to ruin the whole neighborhood. One day, I come home, and there's a minivan just blocking the whole driveway. Kids everywhere. I honk. Some teenager tells me to go around. Go around what exactly? So Lisa and I finally call a lawyer. He's seen this stuff before. Says we're 100% within our rights, but if we want peace, we need to up our game security cameras, and maybe if we're really done playing nice, a gate. We go for it. Contractors show up, start measuring, and right on cue, here comes Marilyn, phone in hand, shouting at the workers. You can't put a gate here. This is HOA property. The crew doesn't even blink. Nope, ma'am. Deed says otherwise. That just makes her madder. She rallies the neighbors, tries to stage a protest. A little crowd gathers, snapping pics, waving signs, yelling about community. And then, late one night, our cameras pick up Marilyn sneaking up to the gates in progress. She's got wire cutters. She slices through the wiring like she's in a heist movie. Next morning, we watch the footage and I call the cops. Enough's enough. When the officers came by, they didn't mince words. This is vandalism. They go talk to Marilyn. She denies it, of course. Says she was just inspecting the gates. Then they show her the video, and she doubles down. I'm protecting the community. But the law is the law. She gets charged with vandalism and trespassing. Think that stopped her? Nope. That night, she has a backyard meeting, loud enough that we can hear her through the fence, whipping up her supporters. But you could already sense the energy changing. Some folks seemed embarrassed. The next day, Marilyn's out there threatening to sue the contractors. I step outside, and for the first time, I really lay it out. Marilyn, the cops already told you this is private property. Try anything else, and we'll press charges for harassment, too. She stormed off, but the work continued. Gates went up, smooth and shiny and iron strong. For a moment, Lisa and I felt relief, like we could finally breathe again. But Marilyn kept it coming, flyers and mailboxes, more Facebook drama, trying to rile up everyone about how outsiders were killing the community spirit. Most folks, honestly, were getting tired of her. At the next HOA meeting, she tried to make it all about us, called us selfish, try to stir the pot. But I stood up, laid out every document, the deed, the survey, the security footage. You could hear a pin drop by the end. Even the people who'd been with Marilyn started apologizing to us after. But Marilyn, she just glared. I could tell she wasn't done. That's when Lisa and I knew we needed to take this all the way. So we got our attorney, Paul, to file a civil suit for the vandalism, the trespassing, the whole circus. At the same time, the criminal charges moved forward. Marilyn, not to be outdone, hired a defense lawyer and spun herself as the victim. Claimed the gates were a public safety hazard. Tried to say emergency vehicles couldn't get in, which was nonsense. Sud already made sure of access. Her case? It just crumbled. Paul had the survey, the camera footage, even emails Marilyn sent, where she admitted she knew it was our property, but didn't care. The HOA tried to stay out of it, but when the emails came out, they pretty much washed their hands of her. Some board members even apologized to us. Marilyn's lawyer wanted to settle, but Lisa wasn't having it. If we let her get away with this, she'll just find someone else to bully. We pushed ahead. The criminal trial, yeah, that was a scene. Local news, people peeking through the windows. Marilyn, who'd always seemed unshakable, looked like she was shrinking in her chair. The prosecutor laid it out. This isn't about community values. This is about someone who broke the law. The jury didn't take long. Marilyn guilty. Fined, given community service, probation, forbidden to contact us. Civil case? We won. She had to pay for the gates, the repairs, even for the hassle. The HOA called a special meeting, voted Marilyn out, and started talking about real reforms. And you know what? The neighborhood changed overnight. People started coming by, not to complain, but to say thanks. Some admitted they believed the wrong person. Others just seemed relieved the reign of Marilyn was over. Even the boards started acting like they actually cared about people again. Real community events, no more secret rules. Lisa and I, we finally felt at peace. The driveway, once a battleground, was back to being just a driveway. Lisa planted some flowers along the gate, And most days, the only thing the cameras catch is a deer or the UPS guy. The lesson? If someone pushes you, sets out to make your life miserable, you stand your ground. Know your rights, stay calm, and don't back down. But here's the twist: it wasn't just about a driveway or a gate or even Maryland. It was about setting boundaries, learning when to draw a line, and sticking to it. And it's about a community realizing, maybe a little late, that letting one person bully everyone isn't neighborly. It's just letting fear win. I still sit on that porch some nights, look at the gate, and think about how close we came to just giving up. But we didn't. We held our ground. And in the end, even the toughest bully couldn't change what was right. So let me throw this back to you. Where do you draw the line? When does community turn into control? And when do you stand up and say, not today? I'd love to hear your thoughts, your own stories about holding your ground or facing down a bully. Drop them below. Because I'm telling you, sometimes standing up for yourself is the only way to remind everyone else where the real boundaries are.
Cảm ơn tất cả các bạn đã xem video.